What to do, what to do, what to do. Hey, I could always play my flute. Yeah, maybe learn a solo or two? Play my piccolo, or play the piccolo. Hmm. Wait, how long has this thing been recording? Oh, what is this? Beats me, but is this the reboot of the Realistic All in 2 channel? Probably. Welcome, guys. It's me again, Alan. It's been 10 months since I last posted a video, so let's talk. Hey, let's do story time with Alan. This is year one at Angela State University by me. Here we go. So, where do we start off? So, first of all, if you don't know who the hell I am, I'm Alan. I'm from Texas, and I play flute. That's all you need to know. So, yeah, where do I start off with? Well, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning member or a returning subscriber, welcome back. This has been a while since I last did this YouTube thing, so hope it goes well. So, welcome to the Realistic On 2 channel. Again, it's kind of like the reboot of it. Like I already said enough, so let's get to the storytelling. So where we left off in the NFA trip, the last day is we're just gonna get straight into it. Where I left off 10 months ago was at the end of day 3. So I guess here's day 4 of it since I still remember it. So day 4 of the NFA trip. What did we do? I promise I remember. Don't judge. So day 4, we woke up pretty early. Like I think I read around 6 a.m. Probably around there. And we checked out of the hotel in San Antonio, and then we loaded our luggage onto the professor's car or SUV, whatever it is. But yeah, we loaded everything. We checked out of the hotel, and we attended the closing ceremony at the Alamo Center, and yeah, and I think one of our flute studio members was playing in it, so I'm not gonna disclose names because obvious reasons. So yeah, and after the closing ceremony, it was a pretty long ceremony. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of talented flute players. There were flute solos, I believe, flute duets, flute trios, flute ensembles, and there was a very big one at the end, at the very last, where it's all the flute members who signed up to be in the closing ceremony, where they performed a few pieces here and there, and yeah, and then after that, we pretty much loaded the car. I was hungry at that point. I think even right now I'm hungry, but yeah, we had I don't know where we ate. I think right after, I think as soon as the ceremony was over, we all took, well, we all left the convention center, which I'm telling you, really nice in there in San Antonio. So, and then after that, we loaded our our professor's car, and then hit the road back to San Angelo. And then I fell asleep during that road trip during the ride because, yeah. What time did we leave? I think we left right around in the evening where it was beginning to go sunset. But so I think I have a picture here and there somewhere where I'll just plop one in there. And yeah, after that, I think we stopped in Junction, Texas to get McDonald's again, which, okay. And at that point, it was pitch black outside. The sun has already set, and I think it was right around 9, I think, 9 p.m., where it just set. And after that, I think I closed my eyes for a little bit to what's going to come later. So I shut my eyes for a little bit, plop in my headphones, and then we made it back to San Angelo. I think right around, I want to say 11, 11. I think, yeah, right around 11 p.m. If not 11:30. So, and after we arrived back in San Angelo at the university outside of the Fine Arts building, I pretty much loaded my car. I pretty much loaded my luggage into my car, and that was the last of it until summer band. So we all said goodbye to each other. We all, yeah, just that. And I called my mom saying we arrived back in San Angelo, and yeah, she was glad that I was safe. And yeah, after that, I think I went to go get gas at a gas station somewhere on 67, and then after that, I hit the road back home, and it was a pretty, not gonna lie, it was a iffy drive, but I mean, it was in the middle of the night. I mean, the drive itself from San Angelo back to home was great. I was cruising along 80 miles per hour, and nothing really happened. I took no stops, so I just flew by each town. Or I did follow the speed limit once I got into that town, so I just no stops, pretty much that. And then, at some one moments, this is gonna sound very embarrassing, but might have shed a tear a little bit here and there, but what do you expect? It's your first ever trip, or it was my first ever trip. Uh, my first ever trip outside of school related things. So I think before that trip, I had not taken a trip ever since my state solo and ensemble year, my senior year, right after graduation in high school. So it's been 2 years since I last took a road trip with organization, school type. So I did shed a tear here and there, and then once I got back home, I pretty much let everyone know I made it back, and yeah, so should really cherish every moment. That's the lesson I have for everyone. Also, if you haven't noticed, why I'm so bright is that I have my flashlight on my phone, so that yeah, and I also have my LED lights back there. So yeah, so and then a few months go by. Not a few months, a few weeks, really. A few weeks go by. Um, I get a letter, or I get an email from the director of bands at Angelo State, and about marching band, all that good stuff, because for the first time in over 2 years, I've done marching. I've done marching band. It's been over 2 years now since I have not done it. So yeah, and you know, I got really excited to do marching band again, and yeah, and then oh, I also I also had surgery on my left leg, the one that I broke back in like when I was attending community college, and I broke it. So I got surgery done. It got really infected because of a spider bite. So they took care of it. It's all better now, and yeah. And then once move-in day came around for the marching band for the new freshmen, since I was new. What day did we move in? I don't remember. I think it might have been a Saturday. Saturday, right around there. Saturday we moved into my dorm, got everything sorted, and headed over to marching band practice, which it was kind of chill. Not gonna lie, that first practice we were. Then again, it wasn't everyone. It was just the new freshmen and our section leader, which we only had one section leader, but in technical terms, there were three of them, three upperclassmen. So yeah, and they were all flute studio members. Well, except for one. But we had pretty much one section leader, one main one, and then if he wasn't there, then got another one. And if she wasn't there, we had a third one. So technicality, we had three section leaders in the flute section. All three of them were the piccolos. So we had a bunch of flutes and three piccolos. So yeah, and that first evening, I think we learned the fight song, the school song. I think maybe the national anthem. No, I don't think so. I think we just learned the fight song and some stand tunes. And yeah, then after that, we gathered all the new freshmen outside of the fine arts building. It's technically an education building where fine arts, education, and theater are in one building. So yeah, we pretty much gather all around outside. It was pretty dark out. It's nighttime again, so nighttime practice. It was cool. I attempted my first try to memorizing the fight song. It did not go well. I mean, I had some parts memorized, but yeah. And then after that, clocked out for the night, or went back to my dorm, slept, and then the next day, the full band came back. So we were in full marching band. We were in full marching band at this point. So yeah, we pretty much had a rehearsal, and this is how our rehearsals worked. We had one in the morning, which I believe ran from 8 a.m. to like 12, I think, 4-hour practice. No, I think the morning practice was a bit shorter one. So we had a morning practice. The afternoon practice was the longer one. I think it ran from like 1 to 4 p.m. And then we had our evening rehearsal, which I think it ran about 2 hours. So from 7 to 9, and it might have been 7:30 to 9:30. So yeah, from pretty much Sunday until that Saturday, or until that Friday, basically. So one whole week of marching band, and I'm telling you, it was brutal, but I couldn't handle anything at this point since I've done it for the past 4 years in high school. So, but college band is not the same as high school band. It's a lot more challenging. I mean, you don't have to worry about the competitive side about it. All you have to do is just play music and march a drill, and yeah. Where at high school you focus on one show and then taking it to UIL and competing and winning. But college bands we don't. Here at Angelo State we don't do that. We put out a show for every home game, and yeah. We learned 3 shows. We learned pregame. We learned pregame, which is what we learned first, and then we learned 2 halftime shows. Our first halftime show was off the Beatles. It was called Beatlemania, which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. And then after that, uh, after, our second show was, I already forgot. Uh, One Hit Wonder, where it's just a popular pop tune, some hip hop. I wouldn't say hip hop, but this is pretty much a collaboration of a bunch of songs. And yeah, we learned those three shows, or we learned the first two during that first week of marching band, or during that first week of marching band, and then yeah, Saturday we didn't do nothing. Saturday, I think I relaxed from recovering from doing marching band for a whole week and being out there in the sun and just sweating out there. So yeah, and then after on Sunday we had wind ensemble auditions, which I enrolled in wind ensemble, so it was the first concert ensemble I did in 1 year. So yeah, and I did make it. I was last year, which okay, good enough. So yeah, still at 15 minutes. Okay, and then after that, uh, went ensemble auditions were Sunday, and then the first day of school was Monday. So yeah, uh, once we got the music, I think on Monday, uh, it was some pretty hard. It was some pretty challenging music. Not gonna lie, it was music that I have not played in a while because yeah, um, which holy holy mother, the music was challenging. That's for sure. I think that what's the perk of being in a premier one ensemble is that the music's going to be challenging no matter what. So I wanted a challenge, so and I took for it. So that our first rehearsal that day, I think wasn't bad. It was a good start to it. So yeah, and then classes started that day. So this is how my schedule worked in the fall. On Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays, I think I start off with music theory in the morning. And then what else? What else? After music theory, what else did I have? Freshman seminar, which was required for all the or all the new freshmen at the university. And then after that, I think I had wind ensemble. Following that, and then I obviously wait until until marching band. Wait, until ram band, pretty much. So yeah, 4 classes on Monday. I think it's the same thing on Wednesday, but after wind ensemble on Wednesdays, we have flute studio class, which, of course, it's flute studio. And then, and if there was a recital that day, we would have a recital right after studio class, and that's before ram band. So yeah. And then Fridays is pretty much the same thing as Mondays. Theory, no. Theory, wind ensemble, and ram band. We had no freshman seminar on Friday, only Monday and Wednesday, and yeah. Tuesdays, how did my Tuesday go? I think I started with English in the morning, right at 8 a.m., which sucks. And then after that, have a little break for lunch. Or I had a little break for lunch, and then I think I had math. And then that's pretty much it. I don't know what day my lesson. I don't remember what day my lesson would fall on. I think it was. I'm trying to remember. I think it was on a Friday. That my lesson was on a Friday. So yeah, those 2 classes pretty much repeat for Tuesday and Thursday. So yeah, my first year schedule was not bad, but also not good either. So yeah. So year goes, classes go by quick. In the fall, in the wind ensemble typically plays 2 concerts. One, I think. When did we perform this one? I have the posters up here. We performed this one on October, so, and then our second one we played it a month later in November. So Yeah, two concerts mid semester. So yeah, and then right in between the two wind ensemble concerts, we had the symphony orchestra had their 10th anniversary concert, which was great. We did a piece called "The Creation" by Dan Forrest, great composer, and don't know much about him, but just know he's just a great composer. So we played Creation, which is this 1 hour and I think 16-minute grand masterworks of it, and we had the symphony orchestra, but also we combined the university chorale, which is the choir that's in the university, and then we did San Angelo Chorus, which is the choir that is in San Angelo. It's not ASU sponsored, but technically it is, but not really. So along that, we had Howard College from, I think, Big Spring, or the camp. I think it was from Big Spring, the choir from Big Spring, Howard College. And then we did the San Angelo Central High School Choir. They came in and joined us. So we had the symphony orchestra and then 4 other choirs. So it was a lot of people in that space. So I think I'm gonna put a picture right there, just mini pictures just right there showing how big this concert was. So yeah, and then after that concert, it was also homecoming week. So, and this was right after that homecoming game. So when did this take place? It was on Sunday, October 27th. The homecoming game was the Saturday before that, so the 26th. So we had our homecoming game, which was great. I love homecoming because it's the best time for the school, departments, alumni, friends of Angelo State to all come together to celebrate this great event that we do at Angelo State. So homecoming is really, really fun. Telling you that. I can't wait for this year's homecoming as well. So, and plus we get to do, plus the Ram Band and the cheer squad. We did this huge bonfire and a pep rally. So pretty good, I might say myself. So homecoming week, best week. So yeah, and then after that we had our second wind ensemble concert called Riffs, because we were playing a piece called Rail Riffs by Brian Balmages, and I love that guy's works. Like, I played some of it in middle school, probably some in high school, and then we're playing it in college. So Brian Balmages, you rock. So yeah, we had a concert. It wasn't in the big old auditorium. The first concert that we played, British Masterworks, we played that at the Murphy Performance Auditorium, or Murphy Performance Hall. It's this big old grand hall in downtown San Angelo, and it's really good. I'm going to put a picture up there. But this the Rail Riffs concert, is, where did it take place? It was at the Brooks and Bakes Theater, which is right next door to the Murphy Performance Hall. So I don't remember if I took a picture of the setup, but I'll probably find it and put it up there. So yeah, after the Rail Riffs concert, we were not done. Turns out we were going on tour. So yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go stretch out, and I will come back for later.